Hello, this is Carrie. Welcome to my YouTube channel. We're going to do a little flow class today. So draw a nice big deep breath in. See if you can allow yourself to find a comfortable seated position. Relax shoulders in a, and relax the legs and hips. And then draw yourself into a closed eyes and relaxed jaw. And feel this sense of full presence calling yourself back in right now. However, maybe earlier in the day or the last week or so, you've been really scattered, or you've given so much to so many other people here. It's just this time is for us to call all of those energies and aspects of us back in. So we learn to feel a sense of wholeness and beingness when we take time just to close our eyes and sit nice and tall through the spine. Good. And then you're going to activate a grounding sensation, a grounding technique where you just draw your energy from the tailbone or the sit bones or even the feet all the way down to the center of the earth. Imagine that your energy is just really here, holding on to this beautiful earth that supports us in every way. Remembering that we're here for a reason, which is a really good reminder right now. We're all here experiencing all of what's happening around us, but yoga reminds us to come inside and experience what's happening within us. Take the attention and direction inward. And then as you draw a nice big breath in, see if you can tighten the glottis, the back of the throat there, and create an ujjayi, audible sounding ask for breathing. And as you really tune into your breath, let your breath guide you today. So we're just going to link a few breaths with each movement. And we're just going to start to notice the fullness of each breath now. So let's see if you can fill the lungs completely. See if you can empty them fully. All while tightening the back of that glottis, that back of the throat area that makes that audible sounding breath. And the next few breaths, I want you to imagine that every time you breathe in this fresh new air, oxygenizing every cell in the body, every organ in the body, but also it's giving you things to refill. Maybe you need joy and happiness, patience, bringing in all the good vibes, laughter, connection, peace. And I want you to do that just a few more breaths. And that exhale moves all of that energy around, filling up the entire body. Not just the physical body, but the energy body, the emotional body, the mental body, so we can remember that we're creating and cultivating this space with intention. And as we bring this bigger, higher consciousness of feeling really good, we're going to focus the next 3 to 5 breaths releasing what's in the way of that, or releasing what is heavy or stuck in the body. Maybe it's fear or anger or resentment. Inhaling and really focusing on the exhale where you're really releasing and melting away some of these things. Maybe it's irritability, maybe it's rage, maybe it's guilt, maybe it's shame. Really release it out of the body. Intentional breathing. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, draw your palms to your heart. Anjali Mudra. That's where we set the tone of bringing the right part of the body, and we're bringing it into the left part of the body, and we're pressing in, and we're creating balance. The masculine and feminine come together in perfect harmony. The right and left side of the brain in perfect harmony. We inhale and exhale in perfect harmony. The sun and moon in perfect harmony. Create this intention for your practice today. And it's a new moon in Scorpio today, so it's a very powerful time to cultivate intention through your practice. It's like a brand new chapter. We're really starting to recognize there is more evolution of our own inner awareness around this time. We're seeing things differently, and our momentum to move forward feels easier. And at times it feels heavy. There's work to do. So we're doing the work by getting on our mat. We're doing the work by breathing present, full, conscious. We're doing the work by feeling all the emotional and mental inner turmoil or out of balance stuff that's happening within us. And we're bringing it into balance. Good. Interlace the fingers and then press those palms outward. Drop the chin to the chest, round the back. I'm just going to roll forward a little bit, drawing the palms straight out ahead of you. And then inhale, come back in and just hold your heart space. Let's also create another intention on top of the intention you just did with being and coming and feeling into that heart space. Inhale, reach the right arm up, take the left fingertips down beside the hips and begin to exhale over. Inhale, pull back up and let's slowly flow to this second side. Left arm up, right fingertips are palm down to the floor. And feel the expansion of the sides of your body. Inhaling and exhaling. When you start to arch, feel the air all the way out. Inhale, I want you to feel the breath all the way up, feeling all 4 lobes of the lungs. And then exhale all the way out again. That Ujjayi breath. Inhale, we're going to do one more time each side. Right arm up. Exhale. Good. See if you can keep your body long. Instead of caving in, keep your body long. Inhale, let's switch sides. Good. Exhale. See if you can relax through the knees, the legs. Sometimes they have a tendency to pop up, press them down. Inhaling, coming back up. Good, drawing the arms out to a T. And then exhale, let's just go ahead and take those palms and arms together. Draw the forehead and the head dipping down. And then inhale, coming back up. Good, we're going to do that again. Interlace those fingers, press out. Inhale, this time pull them back up. Pull them all the way up to the sky and just see if you can sway from side to side and open the shoulders. Maybe even creating a little circular motion and just really opening up those shoulders. Good. And then interlacing those hands eventually behind the back. And as we press them behind the back, press the back of the head to the palms to help expand and open that front rib cage, heart space, and shoulders. Working on that fourth energy center, unconditional love, compassion, and kindness. We need it now more than ever. Good. Exhale, release down. Good. And as you draw those palms down or fingertips to the floor, go ahead and circle the shoulders just a few times here. And anything heavy that's been weighing on you that you've held on your shoulders, give yourself permission to set that aside for this hour. So we don't need to hold everyone's information, stuff, pain, sorrow, grief. Like we have a tendency to do that. So let's just roll that off the shoulders for now. Lean back a little bit and switch your legs. Good. And then as we come in back to that big stretch through the arms, we're going to exhale and twist to the left. We're just warming the body, especially that thoracic spine. It's the least mobile. Pull the navel in, draw the chin in. We're coming into the bandhas. And turn your head back behind. And just notice where you are here. Inhale back to center. Draw the arms straight out again. See if you can just reach to the fingers a little more. And then exhale, twisting to the right. Good. Draw the chin in. Pull the navel in. And twist and turn through the cervical spine, that thoracic spine. Soft legs, rooted and grounded. Inhale, coming back to center. Good. One breath, one movement. We're going to start to just go a little faster now. So slide side to side. Yeah. And then twist to the left. This twisting is on your full exhalation. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale back to center. One more time to the left. Inhale all the way wide. Your heart is open and you're in the receiving mode. Beautiful. Inhale back to center. Reach the arms straight up. Exhale, bring that connection to the mind, touching the thumbs to the forehead, the body, touching the thumbs to the lips, and the heart space or spirit. Good. And then you release and you draw your legs straight out. So as they come nice and straight, pull and flex the toes back in. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, slowly start to fold. And if you're tight and it's early, or you're just tight and you haven't done yoga in a while, ease your way in. Inhale, lift up a little higher and longer through the crown. Pull the toes back in and ease your way in. Fold. As soon as your back starts to round, pull back up, lengthen and extend a little more, and then exhale, fold again. So you're not pushing or forcing. Yoga's never supposed to hurt. So easing your way in, keeping the toes flexed. So you're really present. Push down through the heels and pull the toes back. And then inhale, lift and lower a few times. As you exhale, hollow out the navel area, pulling it back and in. It's called Uddiyana Bandha. Mula Bandha is at the base of the spine, and it's just like your gentle lift through the perineum, the pelvic floor. Inhale, extend through the ground. Exhale, ease your way in. And it might take a little while. I like to sway side to side a little bit, kind of opening up all around the hip area. And then I ease in a little more. So taking your time and just doing a few of these. Good. Reach the arms straight out wherever you are and pull yourself back up. using the muscle effort in your back. Exhale, come back down to the heart space. Draw the bottoms of the feet together. And for me, I'm on a little prop. I don't really need it, but some of you may need a little bit of elevating through that tailbone. I'm going to move the flesh out of the way, and you could just rock side to side. And then relax the knees down. And you don't have to take the feet all the way in. You could bring them out a little bit so it's more relaxed. And then you fold forward like you're dumping out this unconditional love and kindness from your heart to your feet. And we can just acknowledge these feet and how far they've taken us and everywhere they've taken us. Inhale. It's the same concept here. Exhale. If you can extend out through the crown of your head, keeping the spine strong, I like to take my elbows to the inside of my legs and just kind of give myself a little self adjustment here. And so it's not forcing or pressing, it's just feeling like a nice assist, right? Adjust. So it just gives me a little bit of extra weight. If that's something you want to do, go for it. If you want to extend your arms out and walk forward, you can. If you want to ease your way up and down like we did with the straight leg, Paschimottanasana, it's just kind of a different way to check into your back without the hamstrings being involved. This forward fold is different. Pada Konasana. Inhale and exhale to slowly release. Yeah, if you want to sway. If you want to reach one arm out, you can. If there's a side that's more stuck, which is, tends to be the case, you can kind of reach that arm out and really feel that whole side release. And then inhale, slowly come back up. Good. Squeeze those legs up and together. Good. We're going to start activating the abs here in a minute. So you're going to kind of tuck the tailbone just a little bit so you can back your back up to lines so your space can open. So if you look at my side version of this, you're not here. You don't want to drop and cave in. You want to stay extended and up. So I don't care if you lift your legs off the floor on your toes or maybe just a little bit. What I want you to do is do whatever it is in order for you to keep this. As soon as you cave and drop down, it defeats the purpose, right? So you're taking yourself maybe here, yeah? So you're supporting your legs and supporting the strong back. What this does is build the back muscles along with the ab muscles. Inhale. If you have hip flexor stuff, you're going to feel it in here. So you don't have to push, but we can play. We can play with the edge. This is boat pose. Take a big breath here and start to really feel this shaking. And as soon as this shaking happens, draw your heart up even more. Exhale, release. Take the hands behind the back. Most of the time for our arm bones, the fingertips face the tailbone or hips. Inhale, press the feet down hip width and push the hips up, reverse table. Breathing in and out and just experiencing your body with a little movement. And this is a counter pose for the boats. Inhale, building that core, working on third chakra. So when you're ready, come back to center. Inhale, lift your heart space up, draw the chin in. And I know it's more difficult to be here, but just take a breath. Do what feels right for you, but play with your edge a little bit. As soon as you start to feel your body shake, know that that's cleansing out the nervous system. Exhale, press the feet down again, counter pose, reverse table. Lift the hips. Take the head back into the shoulder girdle if that's okay with your neck. Your neck will tell you, if you're listening, that it's not comfortable, and then you'd have to extend and lift it up a little bit. So do what feels right. Good. Exhale, release back down. We have one more. Inhale, extend the arms out. Lift the feet, lift the heart. Draw the chin in. Jalalabandha. And breathe fully. Ujjayi breath. Place the feet down, place the palms down, lift up again. Big breath. Maybe you want to sway from side to side. Maybe you want to drop your knees way down. open up your quads and the front of your body. Exhale, release. You're going to cross your ankles, roll forward onto the hands and knees. And as you look down, you're going to notice that your hands will be right underneath your shoulders. If they're not, place them there, please. And then the knees underneath the hips. This supports healthy joints. Inhale and exhale. So you're going to lift the tailbone and head up. Let the belly sway to the floor. Cow and cat. And then you're going to tuck the tailbone and chin under as the back rounds and lifts to the sky. Breathing in. This feels amazing for the spine. A couple more breaths. Allowing yourself just to feel the self-love of movement and breath with intention. Good. Couple more breaths. Beautiful. Good. So we're going to pause. And as you finish your last round, and we're going to work with the shoulders a little bit. So we're going to sink into the shoulders and pull up out of the shoulders. Sink, and I'm not bending my elbows at all. I'm moving up and in through the shoulder joints. So breathing in and breathing out. I'm not bending my elbows. I'm just kind of working into those shoulders. Yeah, so this is really nourishing the joints, the shoulder joints. And again, the hands are stacked under the elbows and shoulders. Beautiful. I'm keeping my spine straight. Inhale. So when you're ready, come up and out of those shoulders and keep this lifting and peel this right arm up. Exhale, release it down. And then back in and out again, feeling that traction from the shoulders. And then come up and out and lift the left arm high. Good. Exhale, release. Beautiful. So we're going to work with this just a little bit more, finishing the full pose. So you're going to draw or slide the left toes out to the left edge of your mat. This is a kickstand. Left hand will be right under the shoulder. And again, you're going to peel your right arm up. And then you're going to extend your right leg back. So it looks like this beautiful extended. Now take the arm along the ear. Good. Draw a breath in and see if you can lift the leg. Maybe you can today, maybe you can't. Please honor wherever you are. If you can lift it up, see if you can get it to about hip height. Yeah. And then see maybe if you can extend those arms out a little more through the fingertips. Good. Exhale, release and come back. We're going to do that same thing. Inhale, maybe cat-cow. Maybe the shoulder release. Maybe that up and down shoulder movement begins to feel like a circulation movement. And this feels so good. And when you're ready, you're going to wing the right foot out now, just off the mat. You're going to peel the left arm up. You're going to feel more stuck on one side. This is definitely my more stuck side. Straighten the left leg. Good. And extend the fingertips up. Take a breath. And then see if maybe you want to slide that foot back or lift it up, hip height. Good. Taking a nice breath and extend the arm out. Fingertips reach above the head in front of you. Maybe you want to roll your ankle. Just take a big breath here. Notice the hip. Pull the navel in and stay strong. So you're creating a lifting technique where we call them bandhas in yoga. It's recycling the energy in the body. It deepens every experience. Good. Exhale, release. Good. And as you bring it back, inhale. Exhale. Maybe a few cat-cows. Maybe some circulations in the shoulders. What are you needing right now? Maybe some sways side to side. Just intuitively guide yourself into what feels the best for you. Good. And then we're going to start to flow. Good. Warming up the body, curling the toes under. And then let's just take the hands up a little bit, curl the toes under, downward facing dog. In this downward facing dog, maybe it's our first one today. So in that case, you would definitely want to just ease your way in by bending one knee at a time, maybe lifting the heels, maybe sinking into the shoulders a little bit, pressing firmly into each finger, each knuckle. Maybe you want to sway from side to side. Maybe you want to take those legs wider. Maybe you want to take them closer together. Exhale to plank pose and just feel like all the work that you've done in your shoulders. Notice this. Drawing in the abs and take a nice big deep breath here. Drawing in the chin and see if you can become straight instead of your head like, really dropping forward. Good. Find strength and courage within your own sacred self here. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. See if you can set your right leg down a little more and extend your right. I said right, but I meant left. Lift your right leg up. Bend the knee, open the hip, and then draw that foot up. So you're in a low lunge. Drop the back knee down. And as you drop the back knee down, begin to kind of settle into the hips. That leg is slid back. Inhale, lift the arms all the way up. And as the arms come up, see if you can roll out those wrists a little bit. We've done some hand, arm, and wrist work. Exhale, take your hands to prayer and twist to the right. Hook the left elbow onto the right knee. And just a few more breaths here. See if you can press into the palms. And that same kind of thing that we did is sink into the shoulder and pull yourself out. I want you to do that here. Sink into the shoulder and then pull yourself out. So you're really expansive through the chest. Gaze over your right elbow. Drop the hips a little more. And then exhale, release. Good. Shift the hips back, straighten the right leg, bow down. Inhale, pull up halfway. Exhale, fold and bow. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, one more. Inhale, come back up. Lunge. Curl the left toes under. Straighten both legs. Draw the right one to meet the left back to Adho Mukha, downward facing dog. And here the movement is very welcomed. Exhale to plank pose. Now, here you can kind of decide, do I want to drop the knees first and lower slow? You want to keep the back flat. Inhale, we call that chaturanga, modified chaturanga. So elbows are always staying close to the rib cage. You can kind of circle it yourself, moving any way that feels right. It's your first upward facing dog. Good. And you can really press and lift. Good. Exhale, release back to child's pose for a moment. Forehead to the floor, hips to the heels. Then inhale back up. Curl the toes under, back to downward facing dog. I'm going to shift my mat just a little bit. So as you take a big breath here, downward facing dog feels really good. So you're getting warm. You'll feel it. You'll notice a difference. So set the right foot down, lift the left up. Bend the knee, open the hip a little bit more. See if you can sink the heart instead of going forward or coming out of the pose. Exhale, extend, square the hips, and draw this left foot up. Back knee down. Inhale, lift the arms. And if you can't quite lift the arms yet, take them to the knee. You'll work your way in. Breathe here. And maybe it's one arm at a time. Exhale to a prayer. Twist. Left elbow comes up to the sky. Right elbow to the outer left knee. So you're just playing here. You're just playing with your breath for more expansion through the front of your chest. Breathe. Exhale, release. You're going to shift your hips back, straightening your left leg. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold, bow or fold. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Good. Come back to a low lunge. Lift that right leg up. Plant the hands under the shoulders and see if you can step it back to downward facing dog. Exhale to plank. And then modified by dropping the knees, or you can do a full chaturanga. Come down where your elbows and shoulders kind of match on that equal level plane here, and then press up, expanding your heart forward. And draw the heads of the shoulders apart, downward facing dog. We're just taking our time today and really experiencing what it feels like to get in the body. Walking your feet all the way up and forward, front edge of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten your back. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up, reaching high. And then exhale, taking your hands to your heart. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, release those hands behind your back. Inhale, look up and extend. And exhale, slowly fold forward. Good. Inhale all the way up, release the arms. And then exhale, swan dive all the way down. Step back with the right and left leg. Plank pose to downward facing dog. Good. And as you're here, take a few breaths and just experiencing the fullness of each breath. And maybe you're still connected to the Ujjayi breath. If your mind wanders you away from it, come back. Good. Right leg lifts high. Maybe you can lift that leg up and extend and flip the dog, or it's called wild thing, whatever feels right for you. Good. We'll just play here. If you want to bend your knees deep, come back around. Take that right foot forward again. As we warm, we do a little bit more. Straighten the right leg and then take it back down. So you're coming into Anjaneyasana, a high lunge now. So the back knee is lifted. And as the back knee lifts, the knee comes right under the ankle, over the ankle. Yeah, and both feet are facing forward. And then your arms reach high. And then we're going to do that same thing. Turn the palms up as you interlace. Pull them back a little. Take them behind the back of the head. And as you take them back of the head, press your elbows back a little bit. Extend and take a breath. And then exhale, release, arms draw wide. You're going to flatten the back heel and turn into that warrior two. So this will open up the legs and the hips a little bit more. So you'll be turning and opening to the left side of the room. So as you breathe, knee over the ankle, but it also comes out to the pinky toe. Good. Release, left arm back, right arm forward, just arch. Inhale, come back to center. And then just little side angle. So drop the right elbow to the right knee. Left arm comes behind and along the ear. Breathing in. Breathing out. And I like to take a big circle with my shoulder because this is the shoulder that tends to hold the most tightness here. And it feels out of balance most of the time. So I just want to really give this shoulder some love. So if you're noticing that in any pose, in any part of your body, like listen to it. Tune into the inner intuition. Draw the left arm down. Lift the back heel up. Sink the hips back down. Peel the right arm high. Good. Now you can do this next pose modified. A modified variation is dropping the back knee and inhale and coming up. We've done this before, right? So stacked shoulders, arms. But you can also do the variation where you're in side plank. So you can keep the back knee lifted, stack the feet together, and then really open up to this side plank. Yeah, so this builds a little bit more strength, depending on what you're needing. Exhale, chaturanga when you're ready to release. Upward facing dog, bird yoga. Downward facing dog. Good. So drawing in again this left leg high. Maybe you want to bend the knee, maybe you want to flip the dog. And if you don't want to flip, it's okay, you don't have to. And again, this is just feels really good to bend. Lifting it back up, bringing it all the way up between the hands. So your hands frame the foot. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. So you're going to settle here for this wide lunge. Knee over the ankle. Inhale, arms up. Hips are square. Focused breath. Interlace your fingers. Take your palms behind the back of your head. Draw the elbows back. You can lean back a little bit. Just notice how much space brings into the emotional heart space, right? So maybe you're experiencing sadness and grief and loss, fear. It's definitely stored in the body. So this could be a struggle. Inhale, come back to center. Extend the arms wide. You're going to flatten the back foot. Draw yourself into Warrior Two, Virabhadrasana 2. Knee will come out toward that pinky toe. So you're opening here to the right side of the room. Drawing a nice big deep breath here. And you can take your hand again down the back of the leg, or you can take it and bend the elbow behind the back. Arch. Good. Exhale, let's flow right to the other side. So dropping the left elbow down to the knee, keeping the knee over the ankle and extending the right arm along the ear. Breathe and look underneath that arm. Good. Exhale, release the right arm down. You're going to lift the heel back up. You're going to square the hips. Dip or drop back down through the hips and lift the left arm high. Now, modified, you would drop the knee down on the right and slide the left leg back. But if you want a full variation, you'll step it back and you'll stack it high. And you play with this. And then slowly chaturanga lower, upward facing dog. Exhale, let's take a child's pose and just press the fingertips down. Forehead to the floor, hips to the heels. And just guide yourself side to side. If you're not focused on your Ujjayi breath, see if you can invite yourself back in. Inhale, look up. Good, so you're back in tabletop. So I like to do this little hip opener here. So I'm going to cross the right over the left. You're kind of sitting in a chair, and then you're going to take your left leg and take it all the way over to the right. And you're going to slide yourself back. Now, if you have some trouble with the knees, that might not work. So guide yourself and be really careful. So Gomukhasana. So as you draw yourself here, and you can sit. So there's a tendency to lift up through this right sit bone. See if you can sink down. The closer your feet are to your hips, the easier it is, right? And you want your knees stacked as much as possible if that's in your practice or your body says okay. And then from here, you draw the right arm up and you take it behind the back. Left arm comes behind the back and you can try to interlace those fingers. If you don't or can't, there's a little towel or a strap if you have one close by, or a sock works great, and then you fold forward gently. Take 3 breaths. Inhale, release those arms. Good. You can walk forward if it feels comfortable. Unwind that right leg back, and then maybe even find a cat-cow here. Or maybe a side-to-side sway. Or maybe that was, really felt in the shoulders, and you want to do the rolls again. Good. And then left leg crosses over the right. And again, we're just going to kind of step back on this side. So once we're here, we settle and stack. Left arm up, right arm. And so we draw a breath in, draw a breath out. See if we can clasp or hold. If we need a little help, you can. Exhale, fold. 3 breaths. Inhale, slowly come back up. Release those hands. Roll those shoulders. Release back forward. Unwind those legs. Good. Downward facing dog. This will help open up your shoulders. Exhale to plank. Exhale and inhale to downward facing dog. Step or walk yourself forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Maybe you can grab your elbows here. Opposite elbows. Hang and let the gravity do the work. So you're finding more space in the spine, which nourishes the joints. And in this forward fold, see if you can let go of the head, the neck, the jaw, relaxing through the face. I like to always create these little bounces where it just reminds me to let go, let go, let go. Inhale, look halfway again. Flat back, and then fold. And then rise and reach up high again. And then exhale, come down to the heart space. Good. So we're going to come into triangle pose. So step back with your right leg. And if you have a block nearby, I really like a block for this one. You can take the block to the inside or outside in whatever level you feel is comfortable. Flat back foot, right leg or left leg straight, stacked arms. Take a big breath here. So this is beautiful for the iliopsoas. So if you're hovering forward, I want you to create space between the chin and the front hip bone on the right. So see if you can do that. And you can extend the arm along the ear if that feels good. You can take the hand behind the back to remind you that your shoulder also can open here. This is an iliopsoas opener among many other things, but just draw yourself here into a little bit more of space in the front body. One more breath. Beautiful. Exhale, release. Beautiful. Drop the right arm down, grab the block, and extend. I like to pivot, turn, and switch my ankle rotation just a little bit so the heel faces to the back of the mat. And then I extend through my torso. I pull my left hip back. I pull my navel in. My head comes back, my chin tucks in, and my left arm lifts. This is a revolved triangle. Good, breathe here. So move your right hip forward and guide your left hip back. So you have this scissoring effect. Navel is strong and pulled in, lengthen through the crown of the head. It's a big pose. Purification. Exhale, release. Good. You're going to pivot, turn to the long edge of your mat. You're already here. And you're going to fold forward, wide leg forward, fold. And I like to shift the hips a bit. So as much space as we can find in the pelvis, the most beautiful you feel throughout the rest of the day. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. If you want to shift a bit, I even like to bend my knee and do the side lunge here. So if that feels good, go for that. Inhaling, interlacing the fingers behind the back and just pulling the arms off the low back. letting the head hang heavy toward the floor. Inhale, release. Hands under the shoulders, inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, let's walk to the back edge of your mat, which your block will come to the outer inner right foot. The right foot is pointing toward the back. The left foot is flat. Inhale, you can come up and down, or you can come right into that triangle pose. Stacking the arms and shoulders, drawing the chin here. I like to press my upper torso back, so I'm really feeling this iliopsoas opener, and also the hip flexors, the obliques. You can kind of feel it. If you have digestive issues, you'll definitely need this pose here. So draw a breath in. You can take the arm along the ear and extend it. You can bend the elbow, take the palm behind the back of the head, press the head back. This is beautiful. Take another breath. Draw the low rib cage in so you can feel this extension in a safer, more supported way. And then exhale, release. Good. We're going to switch this a little bit. So take the block maybe to the inner part if it wasn't. Shift the ankle and heel back. And extend through the crown. Shift the right hip back. Left hip forward. Peel the right arm high. And see if you can look up. Changing the drishti or where you're focused with your eyes is a big thing for stabilizing your balance. So if you're feeling out of balance here in this pose already, look down. And if you can, challenge yourself and look up once you feel steady. Good. Navel in, chin in, your long, straight spine. Scissored legs. Exhale, release. Back to wide leg fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Hands to hips. Slowly, strong root down through the feet and legs. And come up. Draw the ankles and heels in. And lift into goddess pose. So you're really kind of cactusing through the arms here. And you're going to exhale, close the arms. So the elbows and palms touch. And then inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale. Exhale, close. Inhale. Good. This next time you're going to close them, you're going to wrap the right under the left. And you're going to pivot, turn to the front. So you're going to draw your right leg up and over across your left leg. Hook it around if you can. If not, take the toes down to the outer left foot. And see if you can come into this Gardasana. Eagle balance. Big breath here. Steady yourself. And you can change your drishti here. If you're struggling here, stay. If you have this and you feel like you're steady, see if you can lower your elbows to the knees. And then inhale, come back up. Open the arms wide. Open the legs up. Shake it out. And you're going to do the same thing. Cactus your arms. Inhale. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. You can take the left foot, toes down. Exhale, close. This time wrap your left under, right over, left over. Hook your foot if you can. Take a breath here, and you're just switching sides. You're always better balanced on the right or left leg. Notice what that is for you. If you're struggling here, find a focal point or drishti on the wall straight ahead of you, just beyond the forearm or wrist. Good. And if you feel steady and strong and you want to challenge yourself, the drishti is going to move. Yeah. Elbows can kind of come down and touch the knee, and you can come back up slow. Steadiness. Isn't it about steadiness? Isn't it about balance? And then exhale. Shake out anything. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, swan dive all the way down. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, let's come into yoga squat. So as you draw your torso down, I like to really sink in between my legs, and I like to move a little bit. And then I pull myself up, elbows inside the knees. And then I even press my palms away from each other, and my fingertips really kind of help open those legs up a little bit more. Our hips are a thick, fibrous area that need a lot of work, a lot of space to open. So as we draw breath in, let's see if you can find a chin tuck, a lengthen through the crown, a dropping deep into the hips. And sometimes your heels will touch and sometimes they won't. So it just depends on your ankle bones. It's okay. We're honoring wherever you are. Inhaling, exhaling, and just see if you can just unwind after all this. Come to a seated breath. You're going to do a pranayama practice of 30 full breaths. And then we're going to find a spinal twist in Shavasana. So drawing in big inhale here. Big exhale. Good. I'm going to use my mouth and open it just a little bit. And I really want to fully breathe. But I like to exhale through my nose. The biggest, deepest breath. And it can come out your mouth as well or your nose. I'll count, you let go. Keep going. Stay strong and oxygenize your whole body. Everything is changing now. And you can feel it. There's tingling sensation. There's shifts that are happening. Keep breathing. We're just going to go 10 more. No pauses. Just keep going. Beautiful. One more. Good. Relax into a natural, normal breath and feel this general high that you put yourself into just with the power of your own breath. It's like you drop into this meditative state, this altered state of bliss, this deep sense of letting go. You take your right hand to your heart and your left hand to your belly. And just acknowledge this practice of being so present and acknowledging yourself in this beautiful way. These are the healing tools that we have to keep us balanced, centered, aligned, committed to our health and growth. Lower yourself all the way down. And as you do, relax here. And as you relax, maybe you would like a little spinal twist. Right side, left side. And just take yourself into anything that makes you feel good. Maybe it's a little bridge pose. Maybe after that breath, you just need to go drop right into Shavasana. If that's the case, you go for it. If you need to find a wheel after that little bridge, whatever is calling to you. Whatever is calling to you. What do you need? How can you listen with the greatest intention, and the highest wisdom. As you breathe in, can you feel this bliss within all of the beautiful layers of yourself? So when you're ready, relax back into Shavasana. Just take a few minutes to rest and integrate. This is a time for integration and recalibration. We're learning to live differently. We're learning that our emotions can get really out of control. And we're learning how to come back to feeling better. Breathing in and breathing out. Take this time just to rest. There's no place like home. Home into the sweet, sacred self of your soul. Just basking in that. Non-reactive mind is a healthy, happier mind. Feel this deep, centered peace within you. Beautiful. Start to deepen your breath all the way up to the top of your lung capacity. Open the mouth and do that twice more. Just inhale all the way up. Maybe a little noise or sound is made. Inhale again. It's up to us to set ourselves free of the tension and tightness, the fear, anger, and all the other things that we hold in our bodies so tightly. It's up to us to set ourselves free. It's up to us to choose a thought that feels better. It's up to us to choose the action that feels better. It's like this righteous purification that we're all opening the door to. May we all find the truth is in what's needed in our evolutionary path. May we remember who we are. Rolling to one side in a fetal position, taking your time, understanding the depth of this mundane life that we're living. Everything is for a reason. We're learning and we're growing and we're feeling these dense consciousnesses that we're working through so we can shift and heal and experience life a little more on a deeper level. So when you're ready, just draw in this nice breath of this nurturing fetal position. And just remember the innocence, looking at life with less judgment, less opinion, kinder and compassionate eyes. And your top hand will press you up to sit tall in a seated position. You can keep the eyes closed if you want. Or as you slowly come up, take a breath here. We're still pulled into this magical journey of being inside, inner knowingness, inner awareness, inner observation. And then as you gently maybe start to blink the eyes, come back to this experience of being in the room you are, wishing yourself the best day in a magical, intentional way. Draw the palms together in front of the heart. Be committed to your presence as we move through the rest of this day. From my heart to your heart, I love you very much. We're all in this together and we're doing this and we're so sacred and so special, and I just want to be here to remind you of that. From my heart to your heart, namaste. Thank you, and I will see you again soon.